Hello gentle listeners, welcome back to episode 18 of Whispers of the Past. Today, I'm going to tell the tale of one of the most iconic figures in Chinese mythology, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. His story, full of chaos, rebellion, redemption, and humour, is woven into the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West, written in the 16th century by Wu Chang'an. But Sun Wukong's legend extends far beyond those pages, echoing through centuries of folklore, art, and popular culture. Before we begin the tale of Wukong's incredible journey, let's take a moment to step into the world from which the story emerged. The Journey to the West is one of the four great classical novels of Chinese literature. Written during the Ming Dynasty, the story is a rich blend of mythology, religion, and history. It reflects a time when Chinese culture was deeply influenced by the interplay of three major philosophies: Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. These belief systems are intricately woven into Wukong's tale, shaping the challenges he faces and the lessons he learns. The landscape of Wukong's world is equally fascinating. Picture vast mountain ranges shrouded in mist, where ancient Taoist sages meditate in hidden sanctuaries. Imagine celestial palaces floating above the clouds, inhabited by gods and immortals who govern the natural and spiritual worlds. This mythological China is a place of wonder and danger, filled with magical creatures, demons, and deities. It is a realm where the mundane and the divine intertwine seamlessly, and every corner holds a story. The Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, Wukong's birthplace, is a vivid example of this magical world. Described as a paradise of cascading waterfalls, vibrant flora, and playful wildlife, it is a haven untouched by the human world. This idyllic setting is not just a backdrop, it symbolizes Wukong's untamed spirit and the raw potential of nature itself. The mountain, much like the Monkey King, stands as a testament to the boundless energy of creation. Wukong's tale also reflects the importance of hierarchy and order in Chinese cosmology. In this world, the heavens, the earth, and the underworld operate within a delicate balance. Every being, from the mightiest deity to the humblest spirit, has a role to play. Wukong's journey is one of breaking and redefining these roles, challenging the status quo, while ultimately finding his place within the grand design. And then there's the question of Wukong himself. The Monkey King is a fascinating character because he embodies contradictions. He is both a hero and a troublemaker, both deeply flawed and immensely powerful. His story resonates because it explores universal themes: ambition, rebellion, and redemption, within a uniquely Chinese cultural framework. As we dive into his story, keep in mind that Wukong is not just a character, but a symbol of humanity's boundless potential, both for chaos and for greatness. Our story begins on the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, a lush paradise teeming with life. From a mystical stone perched atop the mountain, born of heaven and earth's primal forces, a monkey emerged. This wasn't an ordinary monkey. His birth was marked by a heavenly light shooting into the sky, and a resonance that caught the attention of celestial beings. This stone monkey, full of energy and curiosity, quickly became the leader of his troop after demonstrating courage and cleverness by discovering a hidden waterfall cave, which became their home. But Wukong's rise to leadership wasn't instantaneous. Early in his life, the troop of monkeys lived in awe of their surroundings, particularly a great waterfall cascading down the mountain. One day, they challenged one another to discover where the water led, declaring that whoever succeeded would become their king. This stone monkey, fearless and determined, leapt into the torrent. Battling against the rushing waters, he found a hidden cave behind the falls, a perfect sanctuary. When he emerged to share his discovery, the monkeys crowned him their king, marveling at his bravery and ingenuity. From then on, Wukong ruled his troop with both playfulness and wisdom, though his ambitions soon outgrew even the paradise of the mountain of flowers and fruit. However, Wukong's reign as king of the monkeys was only the beginning of his journey. His life took a profound turn when one of his elder monkey companions passed away. The loss deeply troubled him, sparking a growing awareness of his own mortality. Despite his strength and leadership, Wukong realized he was bound by the same inevitable fate as all living creatures: death. This realization haunted him, and he became determined to escape the cycle of life and death. Setting his sights on immortality, Wukong embarked on an ambitious quest that would take him across seas and lands. Eventually, his journey brought him to a distant shore, where he wandered aimlessly in search of answers. His unusual ape-like appearance caused fear among the humans he encountered. Many fled at the sight of him, leaving behind their belongings in their haste. Spotting a set of clothes drying in the sun, Wukong took them to better blend in. Cloaked and hooded, he continued his journey on foot, passing through towns and villages. There, he witnessed humanity's darker side: greed, cruelty, and vice. The experiences filled him with both curiosity and disdain, strengthening his resolve to seek a higher path. After many miles, Wukong entered a vast forest, where his wandering brought him a glimmer of hope. Amid the trees, he heard a woodcutter singing a peculiar and intriguing song. Wukong, ever curious, stopped the man and asked him where he had learned such a tune. The woodcutter explained that it had been taught to him by an immortal who lived deep within the forest. Encouraged by this revelation, Wukong pressed on, following winding trails until he came to a secluded temple. There, in the temple's serene courtyard, he found himself at the feet of Puti Zushi, a Taoist sage known for his ancient wisdom. Eager to gain the sage's teachings, Wukong approached with a plan to hide his true nature. He wove an elaborate tale about his background, hoping to present himself as a worthy disciple. But Puti Zushi, with his profound insight, saw through the deception immediately and admonished Wukong for his dishonesty. Initially, Puti Zushi refused to accept Wukong as a student, unimpressed by his antics. But Wukong, undeterred, refused to leave. He waited steadfastly outside the temple's entrance for months, enduring harsh weather and hunger. Puti Zushi, moved by Wukong's determination, finally relented and allowed him to enter. Acknowledging the potential in his new pupil, he gave Wukong a religious name, Sun Wukong, meaning awakened to emptiness. This moment marked a turning point in Wukong's life. From a wild and impetuous creature, he began his transformation into a disciplined student. However, Wukong's irrepressible energy often clashed with his master's structured and serene teachings. To test his student's intellect and potential, the sage presented Wukong with cryptic riddles and puzzles. Wukong solved them with remarkable ease, demonstrating his sharp mind and proving that he was no ordinary disciple. Puti Zushi's acceptance of Wukong set the stage for the Monkey King's mastery of extraordinary skills and his eventual rise to legend. Under the sage's guidance, Wukong learned the 72 earthly transformations, which allowed him to shapeshift into nearly anything he desired: an eagle, a fish, or even an inanimate object. He also mastered cloud somersaulting, a technique that enabled him to leap enormous distances with the speed of sound. Puti Zushi also imparted the secret of immortality, teaching Wukong mantras and techniques to evade death. Despite his remarkable talent, Wukong's antics frequently disrupted the serene atmosphere of the sage's school. At one point, Wukong's antics infuriated his fellow disciples, leading Puti Zushi to rebuke him. He warned Wukong about the dangers of arrogance and the consequences of using his powers irresponsibly. Yet, despite his warnings, the sage recognized Wukong's extraordinary potential and reminded him to use his gifts for the meaningful purposes. Wukong left Putizu Shu's tutelage with a powerful arsenal of skills, and a simmering ambition that would soon bring him into conflict with the heavens. But with great power came unchecked arrogance. Wukong's growing confidence and ambition drove him to seek weapons worthy of his abilities. He ventured to the underwater palace of the Dragon King of the Eastern Sea, demanding a weapon to match his strength. After dismissing several lesser arms, Wukong discovered the Jingu Bang, a mystical staff originally used to measure the depths of the seas. The staff, enchanted to grow or shrink at its wielder's command, perfectly suited Wukong's needs and became his signature weapon. However, Wukong's forceful acquisition of the staff, coupled with his ungrateful behavior, infuriated the Dragon King. Seeking justice, the Dragon King appealed to the Jade Emperor, ruler of heaven, to intervene and put an end to Wukong's growing insolence. After the Dragon King's appeal, the Jade Emperor, ruler of heaven, considered how to handle the audacious Monkey King. Wukong's growing power and defiance posed a significant threat, but the Jade Emperor, wary of an outright confrontation, decided to try a more subtle approach. Instead of punishing Wukong directly, he offered him a position in heaven, hoping to keep the rebellious monkey under control by integrating him into the celestial hierarchy. When Wukong arrived in heaven, the Jade Emperor granted him the seemingly prestigious title of Bima Wen, Keeper of the Celestial Stables. However, Wukong soon realized the title was far less significant than he had imagined. It was little more than a low-ranking role, in charge of tending to the Emperor's horses. Feeling insulted and humiliated, Wukong abandoned the position and returned to the mountain of flowers and fruit, declaring himself Qi Tian Da Shen, or the great sage equal to heaven. Wukong's bold self-proclamation was a direct challenge to heaven's authority, and he even went so far as to carve the title into stone for all to see. His defiance caught the attention of heaven once again, and this time the Jade Emperor summoned his advisors to decide how to deal with the unruly monkey. Among them, the celestial official Golden Star proposed a diplomatic solution. Officially recognized Wukong's self-declared title of Great Sage equal to heaven, but assigned him a role that held no real power. This, Golden Star argued, would appease Wukong's ego while keeping him under watch. The Jade Emperor agreed and invited Wukong back to heaven. This time, Wukong was given a ceremonial residence and the honorary position of Great Sage equal to heaven. Believing he had been properly acknowledged, Wukong was initially content. However, it wasn't long before he discovered the truth. The position was entirely symbolic, with no authority or responsibilities. Enraged by the deception, Wukong's rebellious nature resurfaced with a vengeance. He stormed through heaven, causing chaos wherever he went. Wukong disrupted important celestial events, insulted deities, and feasted on the peaches of immortality from the Queen Mother of Heaven's garden. These sacred peaches granted him incredible longevity and further fueled his arrogance. He also consumed the elixir of immortality, created by Lao Tzu, the great Taoist immortal, making him nearly indestructible. The Monkey King's rampage culminated in a declaration of war against heaven itself. Armies of celestial beings were sent to subdue him, but Wukong proved unstoppable. Using his unparalleled martial skills and magical abilities, including his mastery of the 72 earthly transformations and his indestructible Jingu Bang, he defeated every force sent against him. Even heaven's greatest generals, such as Erlang Shen, struggled to contain his rebellion. Desperate to subdue the unruly monkey, the Jade Emperor called upon Buddha himself. Buddha challenged Wukong to prove his power by escaping from his palm. Confident in his abilities, Wukong leapt thousands of miles, reaching what he believed were the edges of the universe. There, he marked his triumph by urinating on a stone pillar. To his shock, when he returned, he found himself still in Buddha's palm. The pillars, it turned out, were Buddha's fingers. Buddha then trapped Wukong beneath a mountain, using a magical seal to hold him there. For 500 years, Wukong languished under the weight of the mountain, unable to escape, his wild spirit humbled by his imprisonment. But this was not the end of his story, it was only the beginning. 5 centuries later, the god Guan Yin sought a protector for the monk Tan San Zhang, who had been tasked with a sacred pilgrimage to retrieve Buddhist scriptures from India. Upon hearing this, Wukong offered to protect the monk in exchange for his freedom once the pilgrimage was complete. Guan Yin freed Wukong, but not without ensuring his obedience. She placed a magical golden circlet on Wukong's head, which Tang San Zhen could tighten with a chant whenever Wukong disobeyed or acted out of line. Thus began the legendary journey of Wukong, Tang San Zhen, and their companions, Zhu Baijie, a gluttonous and lustful pig demon, Sha Wu Jin, a river spirit with a quiet demeanor, and Bai Long Me, a dragon prince who transformed into a white horse. Together, they faced countless trials and tribulations. One of Wukong's most famous battles involved the White Bone Demon, a cunning and malevolent spirit who repeatedly disguised herself to deceive Tang San Zhen. Despite Wukong's keen perception and repeated warnings, Tang San Zhen doubted him, believing the demon's disguises were innocent humans. When Wukong defeated the demon after several encounters, Tang San Zhen, angry at what he perceived as unnecessary violence, banished Wukong temporarily. This episode highlighted Wukong's struggle between his instinct to protect and his desire for Tang San Zhen's trust. The journey wasn't just a physical one, it was spiritual. Wukong, who once sought power and immortality for selfish reasons, slowly transformed into a devoted guardian, learning patience, humility, and compassion. His growth was hard-earned, marked by internal battles as much as external ones. By the end of the pilgrimage, Wukong's redemption was complete. He achieved enlightenment and was granted the title Victorious Fighting Buddha, a testament to his journey from an unruly rebel to a disciplined and wise protector. The Monkey King's tale is a rich tapestry of humor, adventure, and profound lessons. His story teaches us about the dangers of unchecked ambition, the value of perseverance, and the potential for personal growth, no matter how wild or rebellious our beginnings. Thank you for joining me in unraveling the incredible story of Sun Wukong. If you enjoyed this episode, consider sharing it with friends, and send me a review or suggestions for future episodes to whispersofthepastreviews@gmail.com. See you next time.